What's up, party people? Welcome back to another episode of Party XP. I'm Jeff, joined by Lakan, of course. Say hi, Lakan.
Yay! Lakan in the house!
So we're gonna play another rhythm game today, which is what kind of inspired all of this. And the game it's kind of based on is very much a callback to simpler times in hip hop, right? So let's jump right into this, Lakan. I know you've been waiting desperately to hear about this indie game that I'm going to recommend to you.
I know. What timeline are we in? Jeff over here recommending me an indie game. What's going on?
It's funny, yeah. You have the hyper violence murder show and in John Wick, and I have the little cutesy anime rhythm game indie title,
which I'm also all about. It also sounds like I'm all about it already. What is it?
So I stumbled upon this game on YouTube, and I watched basically the entire demo's worth of the game that's available now, and it's a little rhythm game called Scratchin Melodii.
Scratchin Melodii. Okay.
Mm-hmm. So Scratchin Melodii takes all the best parts of Parappa the Rapper and the art style of Rhythm Heaven and kind of combines them. And I think we're both really going to enjoy this. I'm going to play this with you, just kind of like we did with Cooking Companions, where this game is on my radar. I watched the whole playthrough. I know everything that happens in it, but I want to, get behind the wheel myself and actually enjoy this game because it seems like a lot of fun. And so this was a game made for Sage 2022. It's a little demo made by LJ Lefhamstar, an indie game developer. So the gist is that it's basically Parappa the Rapper, right? So you'll have your other party give you a rhythm mapped out by the face buttons or any other sort of button combination, and you as the player character have to mimic them, right? What it'll also do, though, which is really cool, that Parappa the Rapper gives you the ability to do, but doesn't reward you for doing it, is kind of make your own mix, right? So you'll see people, it'll be like, duh, 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 right? It'll say like A, X, 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 right? Will be the prompt, but you'll see highly skilled players be like X, 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 right? And it'll still satisfy the restrictions, but it'll give a different chopped and screwed kind of sound to the song, right?
Okay, yeah, that's a cool idea.
So Scratchin Melodii rewards you for that, right? And gives you more meter, more positive stuff if you kind of make it your own mix, right? So I thought that was really cool. I love the art style. The art style is very rhythm heavy. I think you'll definitely enjoy that. And it's a short little demo. It's a tutorial. It's 3 like story missions and then a boss battle, right?
Okay, so it's pretty short so far.
We'll probably get.
Is this so it's a freeware game right now? Or are they looking to like pitch this out to anybody else right now, or is this just going to be straight stays in indie?
Yeah, I mean, from what I've gathered, the final game is in production, so the final game will be released soon. And this was just a demo for whatever Sage 2022 is. I'm not sure if that's like a indie game fest. We should probably look it up. Yeah, Sage Expo. It's an independent game development expo, and this featured pretty heavily into there. And thank God for the YouTube algorithm for picking this up. And I got to tell you, if you go to the Sage 22 front page, there's a lot of really cool looking games here. So we'll probably have to get our hands on some of these here in the next couple of months. There's also a ton. Holy crap! There is a ton of fan games. There might be more Sonic games here than there are actual Sonic games.
Oh wow! Oh so, yeah, I'm looking at it right now. That's wild.
Yeah, that's exciting. So I think the best thing to do is to just download it, jump on in, and we'll chat about it a little bit. It looks like a lot of fun, and like I said, I watched I don't know if it was the dev. I might have just been somebody else playing the demo on YouTube, but yeah, the YouTube algorithm graced me with this instead of just shitpost videos that don't really help with anything. And I was super excited about giving this a shot, and I hope you enjoy it, and I hope I enjoy it too.
Word. Okay. Cool. So we're gonna take a short break here, and I guess we'll hop back into the second half of this episode when we've both got our hands on this game.
Word.
Yay!
All right, Lakan, you've had a chance to digest Melodii. What do you think?
I love the nostalgia hit that I got with this game. Like, oh my god! Like, so first off, the music's great. Like, I love the music in this game. Like, the style of music in this game, very cute. Very like, there's like a lo-fi level, and there's like a cute kind of poppy, kind of song, and then there's like a typical hip hop, like a old like '90s, early 2000s hip hop style beat. Yeah, the music rules in this game. Again, for a demo, like I'm glad that they have I would assume they would do something like this, where like for a demo they have like a wide range of possible musical styles that they're going to be exploring within the game. The aesthetic, super sick. I love it. It reminds me a lot of like I didn't spend a whole lot of time as a kid on this website, but Newgrounds.
Oh
like,
yeah,
it reminds me a lot of those like explore Newgrounds, like explore the city type of games. You know what I mean? Like I don't know, like you pick up a watch and you trade it with this guy who needs a watch kind of thing. You know what I mean? Kind of that has that kind of vibe to it.
Just say Frank's Adventure, Lakan. It's okay.
I never actually played that one. I genuinely didn't. So that's why I was trying to explain it without.
Next week, Lakan plays Newgrounds hentai games.
Oh god! Oh god! No! No! Yeah. Jesus. I mean,
why are you saying no for the fuck? What?
No.
Who are you?
I know you think I'm a full-on degenerate, but I'm really not.
Anyway, I thought the art style was really great. It kind of touched on that rhythm heaven, but gave it its own kind of like vibe to it, and its own sort of appeal. And I thought the visuals were incredible, especially when you play this game on full screen.
Yeah,
with like a nice monitor on like the highest settings. Oh my god, it looks great.
The character and the aesthetics of the game is very much so like rhythm heaven. The music is is Parappa the Rapper. It's basically just Parappa the Rapper, and I love that shit, bro. I have not played like a. It's kind of one of those things. I'm like, I wish they touched more on this type of like music game, than they did. Because like I played a lot of Parappa the Rapper when I was a kid. There was a really bad RPG on PS2. I don't know if you ever played or heard of it called I think it's like Ethereal Fantasia. It had like a music like time loop idea in there, and you would play your like sword guitar and like you would press buttons to like for like the court of the king kind of thing. And like you would do this kind of like kind of like Parappa the Rapper, just press square, triangle, circle, whatever, right? And you would see the thing pass from left to right. But I don't remember a lot of other games doing that stuff for a long time. Maybe you'd see something referenced, I guess, in like a couple of other more modern games, right? But nothing exactly like just being like a straight up music game like Parappa the Rapper. And this is straight up feels like the progression of Parappa the Rapper, like in terms of how it feels familiar, but still does a couple things differently, right? You said you watched a lot more stuff around this game. I mess around with it a little bit. I mess around with playing notes not on the beat or on beats, but not exactly the notes that were on the screen. How wide or wild does this improv-y section of this game go?
So yeah, I did have a chance to watch a little bit of it, right? And I thought that it was like unique in that it's not as crazy as I think the Parappa freestyles get, right? But like the player that I watched did a decent enough job of adding a few freestyle notes in every once in a while. And even when I played through it, I had like once I kind of figured out the controls, right? I kind of threw in a few. And even once in a while, notes that I played accidentally counted as freestyle notes. And I was like, oh, all right, well, I just got a few more points there. But yeah, I think you can, once this gets tightened up a little bit, I think you're going to start to see some really like crazy freestyle functions. And I think that's a perfect segue unless you have anything else to add.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I guess one last thing about the freestyle thing. I did not understand it. Like initially, like I thought I did. Nah. Because I was trying to put in the extra note inputs while staying in time and hitting, like between the notes that are, demanded of you, right?
Right.
Or requested of you. I guess more free because it's not exactly like you can just hit a note as long as it's on the screen, kind of deal, or lines up with the notes there. But like I tried adding other stuff, but sometimes I would see like my flow counter go down, and I didn't understand something. I was wondering if I missed something in like a written part of the game, like because it's not really because it's a demo, but there's not really a tutorial, not a whole lot of it anyway. You gotta just go in.
Yeah, I don't think this was touched on in this tutorial. Maybe, during the full launch of the game,
Okay.
you'll be able to see this a little more. I just know that it was a thing that the creator put into the game. At least I think it is, because when I saw the gameplay video and I saw them freestyle, they got more points, right? So I
Yeah.
figure it has to be in the game in some capacity. It's just not explicitly stated. At least in Parappa, like it wasn't explicitly stated, but it gave you no benefits. It just sounded cool, right?
Yeah. Like as long as you hit the notes that were like on the screen at the right time, you're fine. Anything in the middle doesn't detract from you or give you any more. Here, I thought I was gonna get always as long as I press something between those notes that are like on the screen, like that you're supposed to press. But sometimes I would see the drop, sometimes I would see the climb, and I'm like, I don't understand. So maybe like it's like I didn't want to search too far for it, but maybe there's something that I'm probably missing here.
It might be. I mean, it might be that there's going to be added functionality in the future here. So I would just stay tuned for that. All I know is that it works,
Mm-hmm.
and I was able to do it. I don't know if it's something you have to save towards like the end of a stanza only or
Mm.
not, but I think it works. Like I thought it worked fine.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, again, it clearly was registering, but I just didn't know why I was losing or gaining points. That's basically it.
all that matters is that it was going up, I guess, right?
Yeah, when it wanted to go up, like I was like losing points. I was
Right.
like, these are in time, and I'm pressing the notes that it's still telling me to press the notes. Well,
That
so
is something that I do want to bring up. And I do like and I look, I preface all of this by saying this was a demo.
it's a demo.
This
Yeah,
isn't a
it's a
full
demo.
release.
I'm just being like, I just wish there was something to clarify it. That's all it
Oh
was.
no, I know. And I have a couple of things just like that to say, look, like, but we know that work needs to be done on this game. We know the work will get done on this game because this is just a demo, it's not a full release. But just from playing this demo, there are some things that need to be worked on, and I think one of the things is the controller timing and the whole controller integration. I know that the developer gives you instructions on how to make this better for your controller,
Mm-hmm.
especially if you're using like an Xbox controller or like
Yeah.
a not, I guess, not a PlayStation controller
Yeah.
for this. But the controller timing seemed a little tight. It just seemed a little all over the place as far as like the control stick is too responsive and the control pad isn't responsive enough,
Well,
right?
yeah. So like, I first off, I played this with an Xbox 360 controller. First off,
Hmm.
the Xbox 360 controller has one of, if not the worst D-pad of any
Oh
controller
yeah.
ever made. I don't care. Like,
Hmm.
I'm pretty sure most people agree to this, right? Obviously, my ideal would be playing something like I have an SN30 Pro, which is like kind of like a Super Nintendo style controller. One of
Right.
again, arguably one of the best D-pads ever made, right?
Hmm.
I plugged that in the second time, and because it recognizes as X input, so it's fine, right? It basically registers that way. But like, yeah, I was like, I could not play with the Xbox 360 controller. But even when I plugged in like a PS4 controller or the SN30 Pro controller or the Nintendo, I have a Wii U Pro controller, and yeah, I
Right.
use that. In that also has a very good D-pad. Yeah, it just feels like it's way too like sensitive in terms of like how strict the timing is for like a D-pad. Because it also shows a control stick, right, for like some of the inputs on the in the game, right?
Yes.
Yeah, do not listen to that. Just use the D-pad counts. The D-pad counts. Like I was like, you're just gonna make me play a rhythm game using using a control stick? Excuse me, that's rude. um,
Yeah, no, I definitely tried, and I was like God, this sucks.
Yeah, but then then I realized, D-pad works. Okay, we're good to
right,
go.
I figured out the D-pad worked, but then it was like the D-pad wasn't great either. I felt like the D-pad. I'm playing on an Xbox One Pro controller. You know what I mean? I'm playing on like a high-level controller here, and it just kind of felt like the D-pad inputs weren't registering when I wanted them to. Maybe it was a me issue, and I just wasn't hitting the notes in time. And I will tell you that I had fewer difficulties playing this game the further I got and the more I played it. So it was probably just a me issue, but I really did think that there's some timing issues here with the controller, and again, like a lot of it could be, just hey, this is just a demo. Once the developer gets the feedback, they'll be able to put a put a more comprehensive tutorial together to help people get the controller timed right, get the inputs put in better, right?
And possibly a more possibly a better overall calibrator, right? Like most rhythm games have like the audio / video calibrator, right? Where they have it's usually like something clicking or a bar passing another bar, and you press the button along to that, right? This one just uses like a move the slider up or down to see how far the offset you want is from the visual. And I'm like, that's not the best way to do it. Obviously, it's nicer to tighten it up, by like actually as if you were playing, you know what I mean? Like actually pressing a button along to something instead of watching something, because it also doesn't take into account your controller input lag. You know what I mean? So
right.
that also could be like another thing. If you don't know exactly how much controller lag you have as well, using the visual calibrator doesn't actually mean a whole lot. It just gets you close to the ballpark, and it's still not perfect.
Correct.
Which also, kind of leads to you and me being confused on why we're missing so many notes.
Oh yeah, and again, I think once the game actually comes out and this feedback is taken into account, I think what we're going to see like a top tier rhythm game. I think we're going to see something that's really special. I mean, even just this demo alone attracts so much on social media. People love this game. People love it on YouTube. People love it on Twitter. I haven't seen Instagram, of course, but I'm sure people love it there too. And it's special. You feel like you're on the precipice of something special. I hate to say that because it sounds a little cheesy, but you really do. I don't know, man. For me, it feels like this is a special little game, and I'm super excited for it.
Yeah, like there's like a part of me that gets kind of tired of nostalgia bait, right? But this feels like it absolutely has the substance to like actually back it up too. You know what I mean? I'm genuinely excited for how this game plays out and how it continues to develop on, basically.
Yeah, it feels just like it feels like the next installment of the game. It doesn't feel like it's a game trying to bait me into nostalgia. It feels like just the next line in this style of rhythm game. It doesn't, it feels like a new game that feels familiar but isn't like it's not like a like a senseless cash grab, right?
No, not at all.
It's a legitimate game, like the next in the series, and that's all I think. And I think it's great.
Yeah, and again, the music slaps. Like I love the music in this so far. The characters, are pretty cute design, right? Like the chick just chilling on the ocean. Like she just like her brain starts buffering at the end of it, and she just like stares off for the end of it. I thought it was pretty funny.
That was definitely a super cool vibe.
Also, that song rules. I think that's probably my favorite song so far of the demo.
I agree with you. I think that's the best song.
Jam Teen is creepy, and I don't like just because I'm scared of what the internet's going to do. Does that make sense?
Because yes, it makes
she's kind of like she makes weird noises when you press the buttons. I really don't like that, and I was like, okay, she's like a little sus, a little bit horny of a character, like talking about her crush and stuff. I'm like, ooh, I don't like where the internet's gonna go with this character. I really don't.
I did like that one. I thought I did think that one was funny. That thing was
the song was cute, and then until she started like making suspicious noises, that's like it was cool until then. And also, I like how if you failed, like something would come out and slap you.
Yeah, the big
Eggman
beefy
looking
cake
thing.
man.
Yeah, and then also in the lo-fi ocean song, like I think it was like a dolphin. I think comes out and hits you. I think it was. I forgot already. But yeah, basically every time you
the dolphin
lose,
comes out and hits you.
basically comes out and like abuses you. I'm like, oh, that's kind of funny. Nice little touch. Reminds me a little bit of Friday Night Funkin' when like your characters like basically their brain breaks every time you fail a song.
Yes,
they're very very much so like that. But yeah, this is a really cool game. I'm enjoying it so far. I just wish that oh, why is that little girl just passed out on the road?
listen, all right, I don't know, but I'm sure there's a good reason, and I'm sure everything's fine. Just keep walking.
You know how you can ride your little keyboard thing?
Yes.
I just kept like riding like around her, thinking I was like see if I could like do like a jump, do like a sick kickflip over her or something. Like no, you can't. But I was like, oh, that's kind of funny.
Listen, everything's fine. Everything's okay. Just keep going. Just keep moving.
I was wondering for something I missed during the demo because I couldn't interact with her or something. Oh, what do you think about the like the unlocking the chest by doing like a small, like Simon Says type of deal?
Doing the what? The sack tap? You said
like the record chest kind of deal. You know what I mean? Like you it's like a playing Simon. You know what I mean? Like you to unlock like stickers.
You know what that immediately reminded me of?
What
is Donkey Kong Country 3 when you have to get the banana birds and they make you play the little rhythm game in the beginning?
Yeah. Yeah, like I was like, this kind of a cool thing. Like, you know, I think there was only 2. I think during the demo, right? I only found 2. I could have missed one.
I only found the 1. I didn't even know there was more. Yeah, that's awesome.
There was 2. That I found anyway. Again, there could be more that I might have just missed, but I like that system. It's like a cool little sticker system. It's kind of like an assist type of deal. Because one allowed you to like miss like a note straight up, just to not lose anything from it. Like your first note of a line, you're allowed to miss or something like that. I think it was
like Paper Mario.
Yeah, and then the other one was like you get more like you know more flow points for doing like extra improv notes and stuff. It's like, oh, that's cool. It's a nice little it's a nice little addition. So I'm sure that's gonna help, you know, expanding like, you know, the overall gameplay of the game when it actually, you know, when the game actually starts to flesh out a little bit more.
I know. I thought I liked the little homages. Again, it didn't feel like nostalgia bait, but it felt like this was kind of an homage to something else that we've all experienced in a game in the past. And I'd love to hear what the developers like past was like, what inspired them to do these certain things. I wonder if they've played Donkey Kong Country 3 because I know we're a rare breed here.
Even like what's it called? Like completely. I thought it was like kind of not like random because there's nothing technically relating it to it. But even like the song start screen, right? It's like It's like the Sonic. It's like Sonic like 2 or Sonic 1 type of screen, right? You know, with the different layers kind of deal.
Right.
I was like, yeah, it looks like that. And I was like, oh, this is awesome. Like, I don't think Sonic has like a rhythm game relation at all, but like it was just kind of like a cool, like, you know, again, that was like a nostalgia hit. You know what I mean? It's just like an aesthetic thing, and I really like.
Which is funny. You mentioned that Sonic doesn't have a. You're right. He doesn't have a rhythm game, and you'd think that a game that has such, you know, iconic music and that has done so much with music and related so well to it would have a rhythm game.
Yeah,
someone's got to get on that.
They really do, unless like. I mean, this guy. There's probably like a fan project out there somewhere, right? But like,
I hope there is.
Yeah, honestly,
they deserve it.
Like, hell, like a Sonic DDR would be pretty sweet. I don't even like keep it simple. I don't even care. Just give me something. But yeah, like it's like it does like I don't know how to also explain it, but you know, it kind of reminds me a little bit of like remember like how the Saved by the Bell screen looks like a little bit. You know what I mean? It looks like there's a screen and then stuff on top of it, kind of deal. It's like that. It's like that same kind of like, again. Like, think of like the Sonic start screen of a level on Sonic Adventure 1 or Sonic 2. It's literally that, but in, in this game's aesthetic. Like for you, you the listener, it's a free demo. Just download the demo or look it up on yourself. Just look up like starting like song start screen, Scratchin Melodii. I don't know how to look. I don't know how to explain it.
I think you should definitely play it anyway, and I think like Lakan said, it's free, so just give it a shot and play it. Right, and you can see all of these things that we're talking about for yourself. I mean, it's no The only thing it costs is your time.
Yeah. Also, screw your friends. By the way, your I don't know if they're your posse or whatever, but like the chick and her brother.
Oh yeah.
Like they should have said like, "Oh, you got in trouble? Are you actually gonna go do the stuff you're supposed to tell?" It's like, "Yes, of course I'm gonna do that. I'm not a criminal."
I know. I'm not going to be a loser in the future here.
Then there's also part of me is like, "Am I the old man? Am I the fact that I decided immediately I'm gonna go do my time?"
No, you're just not a degenerate.
Yeah, right.
Little degenerate glue eating shithead.
Yeah, and and it's cool. Another thing, I guess like the last thing I have on my notes here is like once you go to like the quick groove section, right? You just where you basically start playing the songs, like to choose whichever song you want to play.
Right.
There's extra difficulties there. I didn't realize that. Like,
Yes, there are.
Because during the demo, you just play. Like, I'm assuming probably the easiest level, easy or like one of the easier versions of it. Like, not like it's like novice, beginner, normal, then hard, right? I'm assuming you're probably playing like beginner. I'm assuming you're playing beginner, then you go higher and higher during the quick groove section. And yeah, the song does get a little bit harder. You're obviously like um there's more notes and like the button combinations are a little bit more different than what you're used to, I think, because like for the most part in the original demo part of the game is like you'll have a line of like directional buttons and then a line of like input like the face buttons, right, or the shoulder buttons.
Right.
But then when you get to when you make the song harder, it starts combining more and more. From what I've seen so far, anyway.
Yeah, I did run through the songs on, I guess, normal, right? Like the normal difficulty.
Yeah.
And it definitely does pick up. And I appreciated it because I kind of felt like just from the story mode. But again, just the story mode.
It's a story mode instead of demo.
For people that want to immerse themselves into the story of this game, they're not interested in high scores or anything crazy like that. You know, the songs are a little easy, right?
Yeah.
But once you're able to sort of let the limiters off and play them on normal, they present a really interesting and fun challenge.
Yeah. Again, like a good amount for a good demo. Just the fact that like the demo is immediately replayable. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you don't feel like, oh, I'm already out of content. You know what I mean? In a demo, like, oh no, I'll just keep playing these songs because the songs slap, and the and the fact you can make the songs more difficult is already like you've given me enough on this demo for me to just mess around and keep myself interested in this, and especially like keep this in the back of my mind, waiting for this game to get its full release.
Yeah, I'm waiting minute by minute here. I think
I'm gonna follow up. I'm gonna follow them on Twitter or
for sure,
whatever, so I can get updates whenever they post stuff out. But yeah, I guess that's really it on my end. It's a nice short and sweet demo basically here that I really liked.
Yeah, it was fun. It was a nice little thing. I'm happy I just randomly stumbled upon it because like I said, I think this is going to be something special. So I'm hopeful that when this game eventually, hopefully, it does drop, it doesn't just dematerialize, right? Like a lot of these independent projects end up doing. And I hope that when it launches, it gets its flowers and it really gives us a one of a kind indie game and a one of a kind music game too that we've been looking for a little while here.
Yeah.
All right. So with that in mind, be sure to like and follow and subscribe to us on all the channels. But also, if you're interested in Scratchin Melodii, you want to learn more about it, the author's Twitter handle is lefemstar91. I'll put their links in the description to make sure that you follow up here. And as always, we'll see you next week, folks. Have a good one.
Thank you for tuning in, party people. In the morning, if I forget to turn my humidifier on, I just wake up. Just like
I had the humidifier on. There's just nothing. Like the rain's coming in, so it's like there's just nothing I can do.